What is going on, guys? Pat Damiano here, and today we're going to be going over how to structure a kettlebell workout, part 2. So this is part 2 of a series of videos on how to structure your kettlebell workouts, keeping things very simple for you so you can just plug in exercises where you see fit. So you have to do very minimal thinking. And part 2, and the way we're going to be going over today, is probably the simplest way for anybody to make a kettlebell workout. And I'm excited for it. So let's head to the whiteboard and talk about it. All right, like I said, part 2 is going to be very simple. If you are familiar with part 1, which I can put somewhere in here, I don't know, then this is going to be a little bit simpler than that. Now, understanding how we go about part 1 is going to be very important as well, and knowing part 1 will make part 2 much simpler, all right? And this is also, damn it, this isn't looking good. Anyway, let's rephrase it a little bit today. How to structure a kettlebell strength workout, part 2, okay? Because this is going to be a fairly strength-biased way of structuring things, but you can definitely do this in a conditioning aspect as well, but I'm going to talk primarily about strength. So what are we going to do? We're going to separate our workout into 2 pieces, keeping things extremely simple. Our first piece is going to be a superset or circuit of 2 exercises. It is going to be a lower body exercise, and it is going to be a core exercise, all right? So for this lower body exercise, we're going to do anywhere from 3 to 15 reps. Now, I know that is a wide range, but there's a chance you might want to be doing heavy lunges, heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, or something like this, and you might not want to do that many reps. So you're going to go anywhere from 3 to 15. If you feel like going heavier, by all means, doing more reps, then by all means go ahead. But I want to give you a large range here so you can play around with it and kind of gear this towards, quite frankly, what you want to do that day. Are you aiming to build muscle? Are you aiming to just kind of move? Or do you want to really get after it and hit some heavy weights, all right? Now, this core exercise, I'm going to write TBD because it kind of depends. This could be anything, right? You could be doing a suitcase carry, a farmer's carry. You could be doing sit-ups. You could be doing toes to bar, V-ups, whatever it is. There's no real number range that I can give to you for this because there's so many different ways that you can be doing a core exercise. But that is also the beauty of it, is just pick any core exercise you want. Sit-ups, cable wood choppers, half Turkish get-ups, a plank, a side plank, V-ups, anything you want, and you're going to be supersetting that with your lower body exercise. And we're going to do this for anywhere for 4 to 6 reps, or 4 to 6 sets, I'm sorry. If you're familiar with the way I tend to structure workouts, I give decent amount of leeway when it comes to the sets because a lot of it is very dependent on what do you have time for and how hard do you want to work today. If you don't have that much time, then you should just do 4 sets of this and move on to the next piece. If you have a lot of time and you really want to get after it, you can do 6 sets. That's totally fine. Now, I would recommend resting about 30 or so seconds in between each exercise. You could do less than that or 0 rest, honestly. So you could go your lower body exercise right into your core exercise. So I'd say anywhere from 0 to 30 seconds of rest. I would then recommend resting about a minute after your core exercise before going back to your lower body exercise. So again, rest anywhere from 0 to 30 seconds in between each exercise, and then 1 minute in between each set. All right? So again, anywhere from 4 to 6 sets of that, very straightforward, and that's it for the first part of our workout. Our second part is going to be just as simple. All right, so you're going to do an upper body, upper body push, upper body pull exercise. Very, very straightforward here, okay? So you do your upper body push exercise. It's going to be set up the same way. So here we're going to go 3 to 15 reps. 3 to 15 reps, okay? Reps, and we're going to 6 sets. Right there, okay? You will do this the same exact way you went about this one, all right? You will do your upper body push exercise, rest anywhere from 0 to 30 seconds, move on to your upper body pull exercise, anywhere from 1 or so minutes, or roughly I should say actually, and then you're gonna go back to the top and do your second, third, and so on set. Same thing, anywhere from 4 to 6 sets, depending on how much time you've got and how hard you wanna work. If you have a bunch of time and you want to work hard, you can do more sets. Do 7, do 8, something like that. But this is going to keep things very straightforward, and it's going to keep you focusing on the exercises that matter. People like to get caught up, and some people will look at this and be like, you're just going to do 1 upper body pull. Like, why don't you do 3 sets of this and 2 sets of that? Because if I'm just doing really solid, heavy single arm rows, I'm good there, right? And then later in the week, later in the week in my other workouts, I can do my pull-ups or whatever it might be. But when it comes to formatting a very straightforward and simple kettlebell full body workout, this is one of my go-to ways. It is probably the second most commonly used way that I like to structure workouts, and it is by far the simplest way. You just pick a lower body exercise, you pick a core exercise, superset them for 4 to 6 sets, pick an upper body push, upper body pull, superset them for 4 to 6 sets. And you can mix and match this however you want. If you feel like doing your lower body exercise with your upper body one, and then your core with your lower body with your upper body push exercise, and then your core gets supersetted with your upper body pull, by all means go ahead. You can mix and match this however you want. If you really feel like it, and I should probably just say this for another video, but it's just so simple, there's no point. You can just do all 4 of these in one giant superset or one giant circuit, and then do 4 to 6 sets of that. It's the same concept, it's the same thing. It allows you to very easily just take an exercise, plug it in where it belongs. Take an exercise, plug it in where it belongs, and you don't have to think about, am I doing enough sets, reps, whatever. If you follow this plan, it doesn't matter if you're doing 3 sets of 3 squats or 10 squats or 12, you're gonna get strong, you're gonna be building mobility, you're gonna be more functional, and you're gonna be building muscle. You don't need to overly obsess on, am I doing the right amount of reps and sets and so on and so forth. Follow this plan, mix and match throughout the day. You can do this for every single one of your workouts in the entire week for fucking ever. If you really want to, it'll make your workouts very simple. You'll be hitting on all movement patterns, all parts of your body that you need to, and you will make your life much simpler. You've got enough stuff going on, you are busy, you have enough mental space getting filled up. Don't make your workouts more complicated than they need to be. You can do this every single freaking day, all right? You're gonna need to make some adjustments here and there. You don't need to absolutely murder your legs every single time, but you can still do a little bit of legs every day. You can do a little bit of upper body push every day, and so on and so forth. I'm digressing. Regardless, lower body and core, superset for 4 to 6 sets. Upper body push, upper body pull, superset for 4 to 6 sets, and boom, you are done. But before you go, don't think I wasn't gonna give you a sample of this, right? So, all right, so here's our example. We're gonna do 10 goblet squats. We're gonna superset that. This is where I want you to think just a little bit, okay? We're gonna superset that with 30 seconds on each side of a suitcase carry. Now, real quick, if you don't know what a suitcase carry is, you just hold one kettlebell at your side and you walk, okay? If you don't have the space to walk, you'll march in place. So we were going to do this times 5 sets, all right? So 10 goblet squats, take a second, go right into your suitcase carry. Make sure you're doing both sides. Rest a little bit, we're doing 5 sets, okay? Let's move into this next part where we're gonna go 8 per arm, single arm rows. And then we're gonna go 5 per side or arm, single arm, push press. We're gonna go 5 sets here. Again, super straightforward. 8 rows on one side, 8 rows on the other. Take a second, 5 push press on one side, 5 push press on the other. Rest about a minute and a half. You're doing 5 sets of that, and then that's it, all right? Now, real quick, let's say we made this core work, sit-ups or something simple like that. If you want to do like a nice little finisher of any sort of carry, farmer's carries, front rack carry, waiter's carry, suitcase carry, just to cap off your workout, get a little extra work in, then you can go ahead and do that. Do anywhere from 3 to 4 sets. If you're familiar with my part 1 of how to structure a kettlebell workout, then you'll understand what I'm talking about as a nice little finisher. But like I said before, it can be as simple as this. You don't need to go crazy and get complex with your workouts. You got enough stuff going on. So this is how to structure a kettlebell strength workout, part 2, all right? Thank you guys for sticking around. If you like the idea of somebody else making your workouts for you, then let me do it for you. Don't worry about plugging in exercises. I'll do all this shit for you. Go ahead and click the link in the description below and you can get 75% off your first 4 weeks of training. And again, like I said, I'll just do all this for you. You walk in, start swinging, and call it a day. All right? Thank you guys for sticking around. I will see you next time.